Hello, welcome to the Caz and Daz show, Thursday evening. My name's Darren Paul, Caz, Bullet, Cazzy B, Hoopin Cazzy B, aka Manchester Basketball Royalty, aka Cazzy Spice, is joining us live from Manchester. Caz, how you doing, my friend?
I am live in Manchester. I'm good. It's playoff time. It's exciting. Lots of stuff going on. Super exciting.
It is exciting. It is a very exciting time in the basketball world. And how exciting is this? We currently have a playoff game in Spain occurring right now. Stolen this graphic shamelessly off of somebody. Can't even find who. I think it was TDP Deportes.
Someone needs a credit.
RTV. Basically, the national broadcaster in Spain. I've stolen your graphic. Big shout out to you. It is currently 26-31 to Valencia at halftime over Avenida. The beaten Euro Cup finalists. Euro League finalists. Currently down to the Euro Cup champions. Clash of the Titans in Spain. Very exciting stuff. I wish I could watch it, but I guess I can't because I don't currently pay taxes in Spain. So
can we get live stats up and just pop it on for the next 45 minutes? And
that's a good idea. I will
entertain people.
I will hunt down the live stats in just a moment. On a packed show tonight, we will be talking about WBBL, WNBL, Russia, Spain. We'll take a peek at France and Italy for the sake of it. Caz's Corner, stat line of the week.
It's a good one. It's a good one this week. I mean, it's always a good one. But
it's always a good one. It's always a good one. If Shakina Bimper isn't in there, I'll be staggered and frankly disgusted. It's there. I could just, let's have it. No. Self-restraint. Okay, right. Team of the week, Caz, let's just dive into it. Team of the week, WNBL. Team of the week. It was Erica Meyer, Shakina Bimper, Gaila Comensana, Cameron Taylor Willis, and Makana Stone were the 5 this week selected by yours truly, FocusHoops. Some really impressive performances. Erica Meyer, Player of the Week, double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 4 blocks, a 23 efficiency. Super all-round performance as Team Silent Castrals defeated the Barking Abbey London Lions on the road 70-62. That is an important victory. That is an important win for them. It's a tricky loss for Barking Abbey. We'll have a look at the table in just a moment. Don't you worry. We will check out the table in just a moment. Shakina Bimper. Now, let's talk about this performance. Shakina Bimper put in one of the performances, not just of the week. Hang on, let me talk to you real quick. She didn't just put in one of the performances of the week, of the month. She put in one of the performances, if not the performance of the season. It is absurd what Shakina Bimper was able to do. 31 points, 29 rebounds, but wait, there's more. 12 of those are offensive. Now, I'm a bit of an offensive rebound fan. I think they're great. I think they're worth more than a defensive rebound. But 12 offensive rebounds, 17 defensive rebounds, that is staggering stuff. 1 assist, 1 steal, a 46 efficiency. That is absurd. If they'd have won, no worries. It writes itself. I don't even write anything. I just go, there's your stat line. Basketball England, what you gonna do? You know? What more needs to be said? I so nearly did that with the Harriet Wellham won about 2 weeks ago, I nearly just went, just post the stat line. It's fine. People will get it because they just look at it and their eyes bulge and their jaws hit the floor. Ridiculous. And even more ridiculous, in a way, is that incredible individual performance wasn't transferred into a team victory. A really strong comeback by Worcester Wolves in front of the bright lights on NBL Live. Friend of Focus Hoops, John Hobbs, and my occasional commentary partner. Doing a wonderful job there on the call. Let's continue with Team of the Week.
What did she hit? Didn't she have a ridiculous amount by half time as well? Does it give? Have you got the breakdown? Or
I don't have the breakdown right now. We'll track that down. Caz is currently feverishly searching through BBL Fix's tweets as we continue our journey. Gayla Comensanya, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a 20 efficiency for the Reading Rockets. 50% of her shooting as well in the 60-46 win over Thames Valley Cavaliers. Very nice performance from her in a really strange game for turnovers. That's what leaped out at me. Now, we'll come to you last, Cameron Taylor. Well, it's no disrespect, but we're going to lead that into some other conversations. McConnor Stone, the Loughborough Riders, got herself a double-double. She had us on triple-double alert. The text went out in the group. 14 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist. Where's the triple-double there, Darren? What are you chatting about? 8 steals. 21 efficiency. Just PlayStation numbers. In the 73-60 win over the Cardiff Met Archers. A couple of honourable mentions. Izzy Ozzy Mamadou in the loss. Oh, we'll get to that. Wnba Bautista for Worcester. 15 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Isabel Bunyan. 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 4 blocks, a 21 efficiency. Beautiful performance from Isabel Bunyan in the loss. Now, Cameron Taylor-Willis, let's talk about your performance. It was very good. 12 points, 9 rebounds. So close to that elusive double-double. 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 15 efficiency. Really nice game from CT Dub in the huge win over Cola Southwark Pride. That's right. Where's my graphic? Wrong league. Correct league. Sorry about this. Huge win. It happened. Ipswich beat Cola. They are just this close to clinching overall victory. And they couldn't have done it without CT Dub. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, a steal, and a block in the ball game. They won it by 13 against Cola Southwark Pride in Ipswich. Also in that game, Esther Little for Ipswich, 2 points, but 12 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 blocks. A nice performance from Esther Little. Only took 2 shots in the game, made 1, missed 1. Izzy Ozzy Mamadou had a really nice bit of defending in the first half that I really liked, but a double-double for her, 10, 16, 1 assist, a 20 efficiency for Izzy Ozzy Mamadou. But the important stats come out of the weekend, other than Shakina Bimper's outrageous performance for Nottingham Trent, was that Ipswich won. This was the game. If anybody was going to take down the mighty Ipswich, it had to be, well, it didn't have to be, but Cola this weekend, that was the shot. That was the opportunity. That was the chance. And they weren't able to get it done. Huge credit to Ipswich because they played an Ipswich game of basketball. Well, I say that. It was a low-scoring game. It's 67-54. So way below where both teams can score. But Ipswich, especially in the first half, they just did a lot of what they do really well. Harriet Wellham, super aggressive driver, could have been in and around Team of the Week this week, but just transition, gets her head down, fouled, she's heading to the line. Fouled, she's heading to the line. Fouled, she's heading to the line. Somebody's not moving their feet. Boom. Guess where she's going? That's right, the line. Really, really just Ipswich doing what Ipswich do, and it's to great effect. So congratulations to them. They are within touching distance of the title. In May, they take on Loughborough. who have a hell of a job on if they are hoping to get Ipswich. But if Loughborough beat Ipswich, there's this much of a chance, because Reading host Ipswich on May 8th. May 8th, last game of the season. Stranger things have happened. Reading did beat Loughborough the other week, but this, I don't know if this is the same Loughborough that we saw beat Ipswich in Loughborough a few weeks ago. Ipswich hosting Loughborough, and how sweet it will be if they win that game. They will be crowned champions of the National Basketball League. So huge implications this weekend. I'm very excited. Caz, are you very excited?
I am. It is very exciting. Have we got the full schedule
for this weekend?
Yeah.
Let me just draw it up. Caz, did you find the Bimper news?
Yes. So at half-time, she had 26 points, 16 rebounds, 6 of which were offensive, and she had shot 13 of 16, which is 81%.
But she still went on a real rebounding tear, at least in the second half.
Yeah. That's frankly ridiculous. Well done.
That's awesome.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing.
You're great. Where were you at the start of the year? Oh, because if she'd have been here at the start of the year,
it's a different,
it's a very different conversation about a couple of things. This weekend's schedule, we see Cardiff Met Archers hosting the Reading Rockets, Cola Southwark Pride hosting Nottingham Trent University. That's an important game. Ipswich taking on Loughborough. That's at 2 p.m. Worcester Wolves taking on Team Silent Kestrels, and Thames Valley Cavaliers taking on the Barking Abbey London Lions. That is Saturday's games. Sunday, we have Worcester and Thames Valley, and we have Team Solent and Cardiff Met Archers. At the moment, we're just saying lots of names, lots of words at you. What does it mean? Well, let us. Kat. My goodness. Let us, in our very fancy Dan, high-tech manner, look at the table. Here it is. Ipswich, 14-2. They are a single victory away from clinching the title. Loughborough, 11-4. Cola, 10-4. Team Silent Kestrels, 9-6. Now, let's look at the playoff position. BA London Lions, 4 wins, 12 losses. But the key player is Thames Valley Cavaliers. If they can start getting some wins together, they're behind by 1 in the win column and in the loss column. So they need to get some victories, and they could pinch the 8th seed from underneath Barking Abbey's nose. Worcester have surely done enough at this point. Reading, they're a 500 team. They'll be fine in the 6th seed. So a little bit of jiggery-pokery to be done with the final standings. But it's all about Worcester, Barking Abbey. Maybe not Worcester. It's all about Barking Abbey and Thames Valley Cavaliers. And they meet. I just want to double check this. They do. They meet on Saturday. I'm just double checking because I'm sure they meet again down the journey. Bear with. Enthralling radio this.
Just got a picture it in your head if you're listening on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Are they done for the year? No, I guess they're done for the year. They're done for the year. So this is their last matchup this season. My apologies. Thames Valley taking on Barking Abbey, London Lions, Dose. And that, I think, is your WNBL roundup for this week. Caz, who's winning the league?
I'm going to go Ipswich.
Oh, that's bold.
It is bold. No, I think they are too strong. We've seen it was Loughborough that might have been the team that gave them the slip-up game and made it a bit closer. But I think Ipswich have done enough, and they are, they're a very strong team. And look at the players that they've got. How many times have we seen Wellerman, Little in the team of the week and their performances that they put on?
A lot is the answer.
Yeah.
A lot. Some dare say a hecking lot, but we don't go for that language here. So I am just double checking. No, I've double checked. The double check has finished. So that is this week's WNBL roundup. Ipswich, one hand on the trophy. Can they get it done this weekend? We will find out. Shall we move to the Women's British Basketball League?
Yes.
All right, let's just did
There's
anything exciting happen? There's a little bit of news. Let's start off with the Suns are the champions 2021 BBL champions, the Sevenoaks Suns. Huge congratulations to Len Bush and company. What an impressive effort. They lost just one game. And it was an interesting game that day. Sorry to start on a downer, guys. Like, you've done a hell of a job. Like, you won all but one game. But it was Sunday, so it's in our remit to cover it. Apologies. Leicester Riders. Leicester Riders. Oh, sorry, I've got my National League head on a little bit. Leicester Riders came away with the victory over the Sevenoaks Suns up in Loughborough, and it was looking so good for Sevenoaks at halftime. But a really impressive performance by the Riders. They finished with an 18-2 record, just 2 losses all season. Sevenoaks just 1 loss all season. So those two, awesome all the way through. But the Sevenoaks Suns, man, what a team! Just so strong, too good.
Is that like their 3rd loss, including the trophy, in 2 years, 2 seasons, something like
that? That sounds about right.
Because I think they lost 1 last year before the season was cut short, or 2. I think it was
the cup. Something happened in the cup.
So Leicester beat them in the cup.
So they lost the cup.
Yeah.
So lost the cup. They didn't win the trophy.
Oh, they withdrew from the trophy, sorry.
They withdrew from the trophy. Last season, I think they lost in the trophy.
Let's go league then. So they've lost.
And who won the cup last year? Me and Michael were there. It was Durham played against Leicester, I think. Oh God, my brain.
I was there as well.
What, the BBL Cup?
The one in January, yeah?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Yeah. We were in the same building, and hang on, who recorded that bit with me and Ads then? Sorry, this is very parochial. I do apologise. Anyway, Sevenoaks Suns, you are champions. Awesome job.
Look who's on the end as well.
Look who's on the end. It's Len Bush. Did you mean the other end?
The other end, yeah.
Anglia Ruskin's finest, other than yours truly. Catherine Hulme made the step back up to the WBBL and has been rewarded with a championship. So congrats, Catherine. But awesome. What a team. Like, let's just talk about Kat Carr.
Is she the MVP?
Forget MVP. Do we put her on the basketball WBBL Rushmore?
Yes.
Like, genuinely.
She's phenomenal.
I mean, for me, my top 2, Ash Arlen, Harris. So Ash and Kat Carr. And it's 1A and 1A. And I don't know who.
Yeah.
Imagine those two on a team together. That is just devastating. Forget about it. Like, who do you think? Comments, Chester. I hope you're there because, we absolutely always love your input. Who do you have as the WBBL, dare I say it, GOAT? At least, is it Kat Carr? Is she the greatest WBBL player ever?
I think she could be.
She could be.
Yeah.
I still want to say, I've said my piece on Ash Arlen.
She has signed in Sweden, is that right?
She has signed in Sweden. She now is going to play. We've covered this news. Do I still have the graphic? The graphic is gone. But yeah, she has signed in. She has signed for Krumesh Patel's team. I will remind myself what they're called. I think they're the Sparks.
Yeah.
I want to call them the Wittenberg Sparks, but I've possibly got that wrong. Right, let's talk about the playoff picture. The 8 have been decided. They are Sevenoaks Suns, Leicester Riders, London Lions, Nottingham Wildcats, the Essex Rebels, the Manchester Met Mystics, the Newcastle Eagles, and the Oakland Wolves. So they are your 1 through 8 seed. Missing out Cardiff Met Archers, Durham Palatinates, and the Caledonia Pride. It is being branded as May Madness. Now, I like this.
I like it as well.
I like it. We're getting a bit of promotion, a bit of pizzazz, a bit of zhuzh, to the league. That's awesome. And it says here, watch live on Sky Sports. Unfortunately, and I do say unfortunately, maybe I shouldn't use the word unfortunately. That's not the word. But there is a social media boycott occurring this weekend. Sky Sports have made the decision that YouTube constitutes social media. Therefore, the games will not be shown on Sky Sports this week. They will, in fact, be on the BBL player for free. So you can click a link. We'll share the link out on our social media platform today. And you can smash that link and boom, you've got the WBBL quarterfinals this weekend. They are Saturday and Sunday. Saturday's matches, we tip off with, this is weird to me. I don't know if I like this. We tip off with the 1 seed Sevenoaks Suns taking on the 8 seed Oakland Wolves. That seems weird as like a 5 p.m. Saturday game.
It does, but is it, I don't mean it in any disrespectful way, is it a warm-up? Because that's probably the least competitive of all of them.
That's your champions.
Yeah.
Don't make me bring up by the way, full credit to the Sevenoaks Twitter for this beautiful image. I don't want to see them. I know I get into this all the time, and it drives people mad, but I don't want to see my champions as a tune-up game, as a warm-up game. I want to see my champions 7:30 Saturday night, the big time slot.
So maybe on the Saturday, the 5 o'clock is better.
If you've got a game following your game, you ain't the main event.
True, yeah. I was just trying to.
No.
Yeah.
7:30 p.m. Leicester Riders, Newcastle Eagles. Could be a fun game. No disrespect to any team, by the way, but if you're the champion, I want to see you headline at least one of the days. Again, I've been saying this, and the interview with Katrin Hjulm that we did a couple of years ago, we talk about, is it time that a women's game went on second?
Yes.
At finals day? The answer is yes. Yes, it is. Sunday, May 2nd at the Virtu Sports Arena. Motors Arena, Newcastle. The Nottingham Wildcats taking on the Manchester Met Mystics, 3 p.m. tip-off. The London Lions, Essex Rebels, main event the weekend, tip-off, 5:30 p.m.
It's 3 p.m., not the main event.
It's a really nice mug.
It's a good mug.
Tinkerbell. Oh, God. Tinkerbell's decided to become the FocusHoops logo. Shout out to Disney. Yeah. Do you see any? Okay, obviously you see an upset.
No.
Caz, take off the old orange and blue specs. Do you see a?
Let me just say, surely that's the game of all the seedings for the 4v5 is the game that is most likely to be the closest. Just in a standard, if we're looking at seedings in the NBA playoffs, is 1v8 as exciting as 4v5? Not necessarily, because of the teams that are closely matched with the records, so they're more evenly matched throughout the season. But I will say this: if you play a team 5 times, odds are you're going to win one of those. If you lose the other 4, and you have got, we don't need playoff Rondo. The Manchester Mystics have got playoff Helen Naylor. Playoff Naylor is ready.
That is true. I'll give you that. Both sides are stacked with players who have played huge games in their careers. So, yeah, if you're trying to tell me that is game of the weekend, and I don't see a graphic here, Caz, so what's it about?
That is about all the games are the games of the weekend. And I didn't want to be accused of bias, but that is the game of the weekend because I think that will be the closest of all the games. I think that will be the most the shortest scoreline.
You'd expect it to be the closest of all the games, like you've well said. I still can't look past the Seven Oaks and Leicester Riders final, so that's where I'm at with this. But May Madness, exciting times, good stuff.
It is.
And look at this graphic. Shout out to the BBL, WBBL Sky.
It's nice.
Flames.
That's what we want. That's what we want. A bit of excitement, a bit of they've had some competitions running. The teams have been running each club's social media has been running a competition to win like a load of cool stuff, tickets for next season, basketballs, jerseys and things. If you live your favourite memory of the club and the team throughout the years. I think it's finished now, so you probably can't enter. But it's an exciting thing that we've not had before.
There we go. Right. We are going to go for a very quick break with our sponsors, Notch. We're back in a sec. Word from our sponsors, Notch, the mark of achievement, and we are very glad to have them on board with FocusHoops this year. They make fantastic bracelets that look super stylish and really help you celebrate your sporting achievement. They've just launched a basketball collection and we're really excited to be on board with them. Let's imagine that you're a player, let's say that you're Courtney Van Der Sloot. You got 18 assists in a single ball game and you want a notch and a bracelet to commemorate that fact. Well, you can do just that. Customize it to your team colors, put the year that you achieved it and get it the exact size that you need. There are a number of the colors available. Or maybe you're a coach. Maybe you're the coach of a basketball team. Let's just say that you're the London Tyrannosaurus Rex. Your team wears red. You had the league's most valuable player, the MVP, and you want to celebrate that. You want to award them with a great looking notch bracelet. Well, you can do just that. And you can get it saying MVP on the notch itself. That's the charm. You can get the colour you want. Gold is one that I'd go for if we're commemorating the best player in the league. We could even get the team logo, if it's the Tyrannosaurus Rex, let's say, on there. And present it in a beautiful presentation case. Huge thanks for Notch for coming on board FocusHoops. Hi there, Darren Paul, FocusHoops. How you doing? Caz and Daz show.
It is.
Caz, you found something.
I did. So this weekend in the WBBL and in the week that was in the WBBL, we've had some absolutely phenomenal performances from players. So I'd just like to shout those out and highlight those. So in the Leicester v London game on Saturday, I think that was, Leicester took the win there, 84-80. And Holly Winterburn, now there's been a lot of excitement this season about Holly Winterburn and her coming back from Oregon. 36 points, 6 rebounds and 5 assists. And I think that was her career high so far. And certainly, the highest, the most amount of points she scored for Leicester this season, with it being a career high. And just a fantastic performance from her. 12 of 17 shooting, and she's 20. She's 20, and she's got so much that she's going to still have to give. And it's just really exciting to see such a young player play like that and have games like that. And then we move on to another young player, Kennedy Leonard, who in the London Lions 114-59 win over Durham on Wednesday had one of the most ridiculous stat lines I've ever seen. She had, now this was in, this is what makes it big as well, I think. So she played just under 29 minutes and she had 24 points, 17 assists, 10 rebounds, and 8 steals with 2 turnovers. She was 2 steals away from a quadruple double. And we saw her break the record, the assist record held by Georgia Jones a few weeks ago, which Georgia Jones, there's a really good interview on the WBBL homepage with Georgia Jones where she's talking about records being made to be broken. And it's exciting that Kennedy Leonard's been able to do that, brings excitement to the league and gets attention there. But yeah, a near quadruple double in 29 minutes, 17 assists, the second highest of the season. Just amazing. And we've seen things that she's done through this season, and it's really exciting to have her in the WBBL and playing for a team like London, who've had that such a good turnaround since last season, signing players like Cassie Breen as well. And it's just crazy to watch her. So everyone go watch some London Lions games.
There we go. Go check them out. You can check them out live on the BBL Player. This weekend, they're taking on the Essex Rebels. I think it's 5:30 p.m. on Sunday, 2nd of May, Year of the Fox 2021. Caz, shall we? Is it time?
It might be time.
Hi, welcome to Caz's Corner. Caz, it's your corner. Take it away.
Here's my corner. Welcome to Caz's Corner. So, should we jump in and start with the stat line and then round up?
Yes.
Okay.
So
when I came up with my stat line of the week idea, I was like, this is going to be really fun. I'm going to be able to find stat lines everywhere. It's going to get exciting. And then some people just come along and ruin it for everyone. Like,
whoa.
Last week.
Caz. Yeah. Time out. Just okay. Whoa. I've not seen this in advance, but I've got a problem. Let's just check this out. Okay.
Is there some terrible typo?
I see an Estonian flag. I see what I think is a Romanian flag.
Yes.
I see a Croatian flag.
Yes.
I'm not seeing an English or British flag.
Let me tell you why. And I told Mikey this as well. This is a non-UK stat line of the week.
Okay.
And the reason it has to be is because it would be filled with players that we see in the UK every week. And also, I like to highlight what's out there.
I mean,
in that little globe.
The globe. Where is the globe? There it is.
People will see Aisha Balarabe's ridiculous 44 points and be like, oh, I better go watch me some Kosovan basketball if you can find it.
All right, talk us through this.
Okay. So, yes, Kelly Strauss has ruined this for everyone because sometimes you find a stat line and you can't find a competing one. So I've had to put some caveats into this. Right. So Kelly Strauss in Croatia, she's playing for Pula, who were the 6th place team. They were playing the 5th place team this is important, in a regular season game. Okay. So they won by 10. She had 34 points, 28 rebounds, 16 offensive rebounds.
Woo!
Why not?
I love that. I love it.
5 assists, 2 steals, shot 13 of 18 from the field, shot no threes, which I always just think is impressive in the way the game's played now. And she's not shot a 3 all season. So she's very much a 90s player. And her season average is 22.1 points, 13.8 rebounds. So she smashed that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we have Jessica Thomas playing for TCT Riga in Estonia. In an 85-58 win over, now I think it's Lepeja. This was a final game. So this was a take the trophy home game. 34 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 of 16 field goals, and 4 of 6 from 3. So, not as big a stat line, but it was a final. And they won.
Okay.
And then we have Claudia Cook playing in Romania in a 77-61 win in the semi-finals. So this took them into the finals. She had 30 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, shot 8 of 9 from 2. and 2 of 3 from 3. So in order to stop Kelly running away with it, which she's allowed to do if she wants to.
She'll be thrilled to hear.
Hers was a regular season game. Jessica's was a final. Claudia's was a semi-final.
Mm-hmm.
So I know who I'd go with.
Ooh. I mean, for me, it's 16 offensive rebounds.
It's obscene.
It's just beautiful. It's the most beautiful. I don't know if I've ever seen. I hope my wife's not listening, but nothing so beautiful as 16 offensive rebounds. I love it. So yeah, Kelly Shrouth, followed by Jessica Thomas, because you do that in a final. Good on you. But yeah, nah, Kelly Shrouth. Are you kidding me? 34, 28, 16 offensive. That means that she got more offensive than defensive.
Yes.
Oh, that's my stat line of the year. Just golf clap that.
That's why we have stat line of the week, not stat line with the caveat of what game are you playing.
Yeah. You may have heard me make this involuntary noise of Avenida 56, Valencia 55 with a minute left.
Can we get a play-by-play up and just ruin this for everyone? So
no,
we can...
no, I actually can't find one.
We need to follow Katie Lou Samuelson's Twitter and find out what's happened.
The Liga, I don't think she'll be tweeting during the game, but
someone's got their priorities wrong.
True. With again, with love in my heart, Liga Femenina, Endesa, please make your website not bad. Oh,
I tell you, it's a challenge sometimes trying to navigate the different websites of basketball teams around the world.
Oh, director, that's what I want. Okay, right, it's 56. It's tied. We're tied. It's 56. It's left 24 seconds left in the ball game.
Was that off a free throw?
You know it was. You know it was. Guess who? Guess who tied it up?
Oh, was it Carrera?
Raquel Carrera Quintana. She makes her second of 2. She's got 12 points in the ball game. The page is refreshed very aggressively on me there. Oh my goodness!
Are they up by what?
They're tied at 56. Okay. A timeout has been called by Avenida.
Let me tell you who's getting the ball. Katie Lou Samuelson's getting the ball. Katie Lou's going to shoot a 3. I wish we could watch this. This would be so exciting.
I know. Oh, hello. We don't want that. We'll just keep this up just in the corner. Yeah. We got other things to talk about. Anyway.
What I will do after the end of the European season, I will bring you a stat line of the year.
What?
From January till now. And it will feature such obscene stat lines as Sarah Nwabake's 38 points, 36 rebounds. And we can pick who had the most craziest stat line ever.
It might be Sarah Nwabake.
I think it might. Well, what did... I think we've had 3. I think 3 have been... I think she... Yeah, you're right.
I think
56 rebounds is something else. So,
right, come on, Caz. Let's talk about more than just this outrageous game that is taking place. Turkey, we still do not have a finals yet.
What's the delay? I'm struggling to find out what the issue is. Is it a COVID-related issue?
I think it was a European basketball-related issue. I could be wrong, but I think it was. Galatasaray are 2-1 up against Wnba. It's a best of 5, so they've got another game tomorrow. If Galatasaray win, they play Fenerbahce in the finals. In Spain, we already know the situation in Spain. Valencia got past Girona 2-0. Avenida got past Janica 2-0. They're currently playing just a madness right now, quite frankly. We will see how it turns out. Still tied at 56.
The Turkish league, obviously, the delay has a lot of implications for the WNBA season because you've got players like Satu Sabli, Kayla McBride, Jasmine Thomas, and players that aren't going to be able to go for the start of training camp. And Satu Sabli is playing in the 3-on-3 German qualifiers as well. And I would imagine she's going to go straight into that and then to the WNBA, or is she going to miss the start of the WNBA season, play a little bit? But, there's a lot of players that are in that position where they can't get to the start of training camp. They might miss some of the season, so they might not be playing a full season because of their overseas commitments and their country commitments.
And of course, Eurobasket this season, it's an Olympic year.
Yep.
This is messy for the WNBA. This is a very, very messy season. The Italian playoffs, Venezia headed to the big show. They're headed to the final. They won today against Bologna, so they take the set 2-0. Schio and Ragusa, they play their their second game tomorrow. Schio are up 1-0 in a best-of-3 series so far across all of the games in the Serie A playoff. Only one game went to 3 games, and that was Bologna versus Sesto. So interesting to see how that plans out. France, they've not even played their quarterfinals yet.
Really?
Yeah. France is just there like, hey, we'll get to it. To be fair, they had a huge layoff earlier in the season with couple of big shutdowns with COVID. So they're playing catch up. Their quarterfinal game 1 tip off on the 4th of May. So
super. Okay.
They've got a ways to go. Yes.
Would you like to talk about how Breanna Stewart has won 2 titles and 2 MVPs in 10 days?
I mean, one of those MVPs shouldn't have been awarded, but fine. Yeah, cool. Ekaterinburg sweep Dynamo Kursk 3-0. They are champions of Russia again. To the surprise of absolutely nobody, they won the 3rd deciding game. Actually, I don't know the score.
90-71.
Oh, that was that game.
Yeah,
that was that game. That was played on Tuesday. Oh yeah, it's Thursday already. They fans in the stands, cheerleaders. I'd forgotten cheerleaders were a thing. Watching the Russian playoffs. So yeah, fans in the stands, cheerleaders. Talk about Breanna Stewart.
She's awesome, isn't she? Because she came back from that terrible Achilles injury, which has historically been a really hard injury to come back from. Came back, won Finals MVP, and won a championship in the WNBA with the Seattle Storm. Then pops over to Russia like a week later. Has an unbeaten season with Ekaterinburg. They win the EuroLeague, the Russian League, the Russian Super League. Breanna Stewart's Finals 4 MVP, Finals MVP. She's just winning. She's the winningest player.
To be fair, this season she's averaging 18.6 points, tied with Arike Agumbawale, the legend. And that's actually the only.
Oh, we've got overtime.
That's the only stat category that she's leading in the top 5 for Russia. But you're leading points. That's pretty big, isn't it? She's in the team of the year. Team of the year: Van Der Sloot, Agumbawale, Stewart, Messina, and Vidiva. Obviously, all of those very well known to us, except for Raisa Messina, who plays for Dynamo Kursk. She was drafted in the 2nd round to the Phoenix Mercury, but I don't feel like she played last season in the WNBA.
No, she didn't. I think she came out.
So there we go. That is your Eurobasket.com All Russian PBL Awards 2021.
Courtney Van Der Sloot had 10 points, 13 assists in the final as well.
Sloot averaged 8.4 assists in the season. She's the best passer of a basketball that has ever lived. I'm saying it now.
Remember when she averaged 10 assists a game in the WNBA last season?
Do you remember when they accidentally attributed 1 assist to her wife and somebody had to trawl through every single assist made by a Chicago Sky player that wasn't called Courtney Van Der Sloot to find out where that assist was? And it was attributed to her wife.
Yes.
I love it. Ali Quigley, of course, also a champion, also Hungarian.
Yes.
Fun fact.
Courtney Van Der Sloot at the finals presentation trophy looked quite happy to be going home. She was there's a little clip of her mouthing like home. Like,
nice.
It's time. It's time to have a break from basketball for about 36 hours and then go to training camp.
Is that how long the plane flight is? Like
she's not got like these players are playing year round, aren't they? It is madness.
So Katrinberg, and again, it's a tough schedule. Like they play, to be fair, 18-0 in the regular season, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-0 in the playoffs, plus unbeaten throughout EuroLeague. Just stupid. That's just stupid good. Fair play to them. Dynamo Kursk, they swept through the first 2 rounds, but they were completely outmatched in this final series. Game 2, it finished 90-73. It didn't look that close at any point. It was one-way traffic. So yeah, there you go.
Something that was good to see, though, was in the game before Arike Ogunbowale went off injured. I think there was concerns that it might have been quite a bad ankle injury, but she came back and played in the next game and seemed physically fine on the ankle. So I don't think it was as I think it was a bit of a scare, but people will be pleased to see that there was nothing super serious that will stop her playing.
Valencia have taken the lead. You'll never guess who scored. It was Carrera Quintana.
So who did was it? Is it the Atlanta Dream that have picked her up? I should know that.
Yes.
She's going to be fun to watch if she comes over, if she goes over to the States this season.
She is just ludicrous. Selected by the Atlanta Dream. If they don't play her shed loads, they don't deserve a WNBA franchise. And I said it. Is that a spicy thing to say? Frankly, don't care. She's absurdly good. Again, she is going toe-to-toe with WNBA champions, let alone players, champions, and is like, and
this is why people need to be more aware of the European leagues, and that I hope some of what we can do can spread that word, because you've got players, as you say, playing against WNBA champions in Europe, like Awak Kwe, who is going to Dallas. People don't really know her. They haven't heard of her, but they know the players that have played in college against, their peers. But who's got, obviously there's a lot of talented players in college, but that experience overseas, the European leagues and the Australian leagues, people need to look at them and see who these players are playing against and that they are WNBA ready.
Yeah, they're doing this as a job against grown athletes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Shyla Heal has not obviously played the same position, but she's been in games against Liz Cambage. More importantly, it's an experience.
More importantly, she's been in games against friend of the podcast, Brittany Smart. There you go. Just dipping into Sweden, into the Damligan. Luela took the best of 5 series against Alvik Basket 3-2 last night. 91-78. The final in game 5. I'm not going to pretend like I saw it. Caz, have you seen this game yet? I know you're our resident Swedish expert.
I haven't seen it, but I have read about it. And Maggie Lucas had 30 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists.
Hayes has just scored. She has. She's just scored. It is now 62-60 to Avenida. 2:10 left in the ball game.
Oh my goodness.
That is close. How have you've really enjoyed the Swedish league this year? What can you tell me about the Damligan?
Do you know what? It's really good. There's some really good talent in it. There's a lot interesting as well. There's quite a few ex-WNBA players, obviously players that have played at a very high level. So the team that I've watched probably the most of is Hogsbo and the Sparks.
The Veta Bigton.
Yes. Through some of my contacts, Mikey, thank you. And
that's not how contacts work. You've only be like, "It's my contacts." Who could it be?
Mysterious. Yeah, and they've been really good. Like the standard of play in the league is really good, and I think I think you can buy a pass for either a month or for the season. Obviously, it's finished now, but for the start of next season, I'm sure we'll be able to update our links. But it's a really good league to check out some of the talent. So Ev, that played for the Mystics a couple of years ago, is playing out there, and there's players that you'll see and recognise from the WBBL or elsewhere, or you might see someone playing in Sweden who's going to come over here and play. It's a really good league to check out. Plus, the venues are really nice, and one of them has a commentator that goes "woo" anytime someone scores a free throw, which is exciting. In
the arena, or like a TV commentator?
It's in the arena because there's no commentary on there.
That's fine. I was going to say that you're doing too much if you're on commentary. We're tired.
You try that next time London play.
Oh, it's 64-62. Let's see. David Smith says top 2 seeds play on Saturday because they've earned it. Gives them the rest. Gives them the most rest people have.
Oh, okay.
I see that. That's that's obviously the reason. It's sensible, but the 2 hours is not going to make a world of difference for Seven Oaks. Put them on the second game. Let me just. This squad is not about to moan about 2 hours difference. They can headline one of the days. I don't care which, but they can headline one of them. I take your point, but if you've got a game going on after you, you're not the main event, and our champions absolutely should be. I hope you understand what I'm saying there. Thank you for your comment, David. Do appreciate it. Kazi B. It's still 64-62. Avenida, could they take game 1?
Oh, is it not a one-off?
No.
Is it in a series?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's best of.
Yes.
Best of. I want to say best of 5. There are definitely 3. It definitely goes 3. I think it goes 5.
We've got time to find out how to watch some Spanish basketball. That's fine.
Get a VPN and go on to the Spanish on TV Deportes. And that'll be it. We're tied at 64.
Who's tied it? Who tied it for?
Gulich at the line.
Oh. I think the Sparks waved her this year.
Did they?
Maybe. Now I've said that, I've questioned myself.
Right. Do we have any WNBA news? You said that there was.
We do. Now, who was Focus Hoops player of the season last year? Who did we love at Focus Hoops? Jackie G.
Oh, Jackie G.
Jackie G. We love Jackie G.
We did love Jackie G. It could have been one of about 20 players there, because you really didn't narrow it down. Jackie G. What is everyone's favourite Jackie Gemelos doing?
So a couple of weeks ago, she retired, and because after she had her like lived her dream and played in the WNBA, got a start, played against Diane Taurasi, just had some. She retired. Everyone was like, "Oh no, this is terrible because we just want more Jackie G." She has signed with the New York Liberty as an assistant coach to Walt Hopkins, and I think that's awesome. I think that's so good. She's talked about wanting to get into coaching, and a lot of the players on New York have already said, she's someone that they look up to. She's the adversity she's overcome, the injuries, the countless surgeries she's gone through to be able to get to a point where she, had a dream and saw it through. And she's someone that's really respected around the league. And I think she'll bring a lot of experience. And that's something that for younger players as well, having to deal with, in situations where they might not have faced adversity before, like Sabrina Ionescu with the injury last year in 2 games, having someone there like that. Hopefully we don't see any injuries like that, but we know these things come up. But having someone that's been through that kind of thing and that can, because I imagine you're out of the league, you're out of college into the league, you get an injury, it's devastating. You want someone there that's going to be able to say, look, you can get through it. This is what you need to do to prepare yourself. And I think she'll just be a really valuable voice in that locker room.
I'm very excited.
Become a New York Liberty fan as well. So,
like you and already behave.
I've got a thing about New York sports teams.
Yeah, but we've also got a thing about Jackie G.
That's true. So
We love
I'm
Jackie
on
G.
board. And I should have made a little sign. I'll make one for next week.
Would you like a Spain update?
Yes, please.
It is 64-67. Valencia basket lead. 13 seconds left in the ball game. Who scored? You know. Why are you even asking? Why are you even asking me? Don't even ask me.
No.
Raquel Carrera Quintana.
Is there anything she can do?
And one headed to the line, makes it at the line.
This woman, free throws on the line, she has got ice in her veins. I bet she's, look at her stats for the season. I bet she's never missed a free throw in her life. I bet she's gone 100%.
She's missed one already in the game, but
but not at the end.
She scored and was fouled and appears to have made the and one.
So why would she? She's the greatest free throw shooter of all time. as we've learned in the last couple of weeks.
She's pretty tremendous. Avenida took a timeout, and now Valencia have taken a timeout. This is very exciting. Right, Caz.
3-point deficit.
It is 3 points.
Get it to Katie Lou, and let's have a second overtime.
Let's have a second overtime.
It's what the people want.
It is what the people want. Cazzy B, speaking of what the people want, is there anything else that we can give the people this evening?
We have had some training camp cuts, which proves that we need expansion of rosters and of teams now.
How are you cutting somebody after a day?
That's because it's so ruthless, isn't it? Because they've got to make these cuts. It's
after
crazy.
A day?
After a day, yeah.
You have to get rid of somebody after, I'll be generous, 2 days.
What's that, 10 hours?
That's incredible how much judgment you can make about a player's worth in such a short amount of time. I understand it's I've said my piece. I'm not going to bother saying it again. They need to expand. They need to treat their players, not necessarily, not even the clubs. I'm not talking about the clubs. I'm talking about the whole institution. That you need to treat your players better. What's the point? What's the point of having a 30-player draft if there are no jobs?
This is what I don't understand. The third round essentially doesn't need to exist.
Mate, the first round doesn't need to exist because there's 6 jobs for 30 players.
Yeah.
I mean, toughest, yeah. Best, no.
But it is. It's the hardest one to make, isn't it?
By far. By far.
You've got Lexi Brown getting cut.
Just ridiculous.
It was. I guess that was a little bit different. That was a sort of mutual decision, but it was probably mutual because the Minnesota roster is so stacked that they were like, well, we're not going to be able to play as much as we want. So she's gone and signed with the Sky. She's at the Sky training camp.
David Smith bringing the stats. 66% of last year's draft picks were cut. What is the point of bloody having all those draft picks if none of them are going to get a look in? And it's not like I understand the realities of it, but it just seems mad to me. I mean, look, we're sat in Caz's corner. There is a globe. We know there's more to the world than in WNBA, but it just strikes me as bizarre. That we have this big song and dance. Oh, welcome to the league. Here's your package. Here's your cap. Here's your bloody orange basketball. That's a bit of orange. Here's your orange hoodie. By the way, you're not going to get a job. Go to Europe and see if you can become somebody. It just strikes me as strange. Leah Parcell. Hi, Leah. Good to see you. I'd love to know how you both got into basketball. Were you players or perhaps fans before coming analysts? Cazzy B, do you want to pick up the Cazzy B tale?
Yeah, so I was a player and a fan. I went to watch the Sheffield Sharks when I was about 11 or 12. And loved it.
I don't have a horse in the race, but you're a Manchester guy now, so I'm booing for all the Manchester heads out there. Boo!
That's fair enough. Watched it, loved it, then started playing, and I've played ever since. Apart from the layoff that we're having at the moment. Love it. Just absolutely drew me in as soon as I saw like this fast-paced game going backwards and forwards, high scoring, because I find football quite slow. So to find a sport that was like fast and high scoring, exciting, that absolutely sucked me in.
Football is well slow in comparison to basketball. I got into it. Like a lot of people get into basketball. Played it in PE, really enjoyed it.
You played it in PE? Oh, okay. You get to PE.
Yeah, we played it in PE. Got into it. Played it in PE. Never really watched it much as a kid. Would watch the old BBL game, the cup finals and stuff, because that was on BBC. Didn't have Sky. Wasn't exposed to basketball essentially outside of PE lessons, and the occasional little thing you'd catch on Sky. Channel 5. And then I got NBA Live 2004, and I was just hooked on that bloody game. It's just really enjoyed it, and then started following the league a bit more. Started trying to watch like highlights and stuff, and watching games, and just got into it. I really got into British basketball in certainly within the last 10 years. But once I started really trying to learn about it and really enjoying it, it just took over. I was commentating sport before. I was commentating football for this online website that doesn't exist anymore. And so that's me really. I just became a fan of the sport and really fell in love with women's basketball quite recently, about 2017, when I first saw the WBBL playoff final, and I was like, wow, this was awesome. And then the FIBA America Cup women, I watched that whole tournament. It was one of the most entertaining tournaments I've ever seen in my life. Loved it. Absolutely loved Melly Greta, like one of, if not my favorite player ever. Just great. So that was it. Oh, and played for years, not for anybody, not at any real standard. Shout out Cambridge Basketball Club. I used to have a jump shot, and it's gone away. It was there, now it's gone.
I have a very nice little MVP trophy from my final game at Liverpool University.
Oh,
it's sitting on a shelf at my mum's house.
I played field hockey in uni, broke my foot. It was good times. I have scored a basket at the Copper Box, as recorded by Andre Lockhart, because he chucked the ball at me one time before the game against Vitautas, and he was like, "D, do you have a shot?" I'm like, "Jeez, I hope so." And went in and I beat Mikey on a first to two 1-on-1.
First to two
in shoes that fell apart. So there we go. I was very happy. Jasmine July had just been coaching me how she shoots threes, and coached under 16s as well. That was good fun.
Nice.
That was my favorite. Other than commentating and stuff, that was really good fun.
That is cool.
That is good fun.
I have just quickly. Sorry, I have a cool story about the WNBA, and this was someone had posted on Twitter recently asking like how people got into the WNBA. And I know I've told you this story before, Darren, but I obviously here in the UK, back in the days before the internet probably existed, I used to get my basketball news from a magazine called XXL, which covered the NBA. I saw an article on the WNBA in it, and I was like, I need to know more about this, but the internet doesn't exist. So I wrote a letter to XXL magazine. I was like, how do I find out more about the WNBA? I want to play in it. This would be really exciting. And they published my letter, sent me a reply that was like, oh, you can contact the WNBA at this address. So if I wrote my letter, people won't know what this is now, like people watching it, like just tweet them. Sent my letter to the WNBA head office. They wrote me back, sent me loads of free promo stuff, and were like, oh, watch our games and things on, in America, except I wasn't in America. But they were on Sky Sports here back in the day. I just thought that was a pretty cool thing that they obviously took the time to write back to little 14-year-old me and sent me loads of free stuff. So how can you not love a league after that? How can you not be like, I'm going to support?
You can't not. I think the thing that weirdly got me the most into women's basketball, and I will fully admit, I don't need to admit anything, but I watch way more women's basketball than I do men's. I watch BBL and I watch a bunch of women's stuff, as we talk about every week on the show. I think it's come around because of girls' football. Right. So I was a girls' football in a former life. I was a girls' football coach, and I found it really unfair that girls' their football career ended at like year 9 or whatever. So I was like, well, they need at least another year. So I started coaching whatever.
It doesn't go into year 10.
For some, it didn't. I don't know why.
Right.
I fixed that. We tried to get it into year 11, but no competition.
Really?
And
Interesting.
yeah,
That's
and then commentating Anglia Ruskin University women's basketball, who are, you know, one of the best teams in England. Yeah, I've been incredibly fortunate and blessed to be around some fantastic female athletes, and it's just given me a beautiful appreciation for women's hoops and women's sport and basketball in general. It's good. Women's basketball is better.
I never had to get into women's basketball because I am a woman playing basketball, so it kind of.
Is that true?
Yeah,
I mean, you are a woman who plays basketball, but like you say that, so many people, a lot of women don't enjoy women's sport played by women. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I find
it's not as good as what men do. I'm like, are you mad?
I don't get that. I don't get that. No, I've always like, if I could watch it, I would watch it. And like, I'd watch the WNBA when I could. It was on Sky. I've been to see the Mystics when they used to play at the Amici Centre. It's changed its name now. The Manchester Basketball Centre. Yeah, like it's never been something I've had to seek out to find women's basketball, because I'm like, I want to watch all basketball. I will watch anyone play basketball. But I've always been lucky to be in cities or places where I can see both. Like, not everyone's got a WBBL team, not everyone's got a NBL team. So.
Let me tell you about Wnba. I don't know if we've got a men's basketball team. We do have, I say we, Rill, just down the road. They've got the Rill Raptors, which is a wheelchair basketball team.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who are doing big bits, I think. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Rill Raptors. We need to get in touch with our friends at the Rill Raptors. I don't know if we have any, but we will. And get them involved and find out what they're doing, because I'm a proud Welsh individual.
And they should be really hyped about the new pro women's wheelchair basketball league.
I would expect that they are. They should be. So did you just play basketball growing up? That was your sport?
Yes. Yeah. I didn't. I mean, I had to play things at school. We couldn't play basketball at school. That wasn't an option. I asked. Wasn't an option. But yeah, I loved it. I would dribble my Bulls basketball outside until the pitcher just disappeared. It was now just a black and red ball. It's lost its pitch.
My sport growing up, this is very boring for everybody. I know, I apologize, but I'm talking about me, so it's all right. That was a joke, by the way. My sport growing up was inline hockey. I was an inline hockey goalie. So that meant I just got hit by a plastic object and could do the splits. So that was me. A bit weird, isn't it? So cool to hear. Thanks, guys. Love the show. Leah, thank you so much. Absolutely love the interaction from yourself, David Smith. Usually we've got Chester getting involved, and we are super grateful for everybody who listens, who takes the time to hopefully enjoy what we're offering. It makes all of this really worthwhile. Kazi B.
Let's not forget Leah Parcell was 180th in the world in the March. It was
absurd. That woman knows herself some predictions and some college basketball. Let's see how well you do in the WNBA, Leah, with a fantasy thing that we have not yet set up, because I'm going to leave somebody else in charge of that one. Time. I don't know what time is. What is time? I'll tell you what time it is. It's time for an update of the game. Oh, my days. Valencia Basket victorious. Game 1 on the road in Salamanca. 67-64 victory over Perfumerías Avenida. And it was our guy. I say our guy. We've claimed her. Friend of the show, Raquel Carrera Quintana, doing the business late doors. What a victory. They take the 1-0 lead. That is huge. That is huge.
That is huge. And in Salamanca as well. Do we know if they have fans? Because when Salamanca's full, that place is tough to play in. I don't know what they're like at the moment.
They've had fans earlier in the season. Sorry, I'm just repeating myself now. Let's say, do you know what they've had earlier in the season?
Fans.
You're good. You are good. All right. We are probably going to leave it there.
I'll take a 5-game series of that.
I'm
Even
not seeing fans
watch it like that.
but I'm seeing a very happy Valencia team. They are victorious. What a way to cap off this week's Caz and Daz show. We can't get any better than that. Look at this again. Oh, victory. Winning basketball for Valencia. My best mate he probably won't know that's occurred, but he might be happy as a guy who lived for a bit in Valencia. So he's tangentially linked in my head forever to all things
You should
Valencia.
be completely on that.
Hey?
He should be completely on that. That's a link. That's a link 100%. That you can't deny.
I know he went to see the men play. I don't know if he ever saw the women play. Cazzy B.
That's why I will not be commentating this games because they've gone away, which is sad. But maybe next season we didn't end on the high note we wanted on the last game. But watch the WBBL playoffs. Watch playoff Helen Naylor, who had 45 points and 21 rebounds in 2 days, and she is. I've coined it playoff Naylor. She's there. Watch the Mystics take on Nottingham and tell me I was right that it was the game of the weekend. That's all I have to say.
I wanted to touch on Twitter. I don't know if I've tweeted at all this week. Probably not. Give it a follow. I might tweet something. Who knows? No commentary for me either. BBL's done. Their playoff is rapidly approaching. No National League commentary for me either. So, yeah, I'm just sort of sat around watching basketball. Making some, hot takes on basketball. It's going to be great. It's going to be sweet. The newsletter is coming out sometime soon. That's it. Check out the newsletter. It will be available on the internet for you before you know it. Take care. Enjoy. And we'll chat to you next Thursday. Bye.